Hello and welcome back to Carrington Vintage YouTube. This week we're at the Newark Vintage Tractor Show to celebrate their 20-year anniversary. The very first tractors we see as we enter the main building were all at the original show 20 years ago and have been gathered here especially for this event. The Marshall Club had put together a fantastic display of Marshall equipment to celebrate 175 years since the company was originally formed. And here you can see the youngest and the oldest Marshall. The oldest one made in Gainsborough, the youngest one a badge engineered Steyr from Austria. This display board gives some idea of the extent of the product range produced by Marshall over the years. And this very early William Marshall saw bench is thought to be the oldest surviving piece of Marshall equipment. Marshall's 6 horsepower traction engine, works number 23803, built in 1894, was paired up with a Marshall threshing drum as a centrepiece for the display. In 1982, Marshall acquired the British Leyland tractor business and moved production from Bathgate in Scotland down to Gainsborough. Track Marshall came about in 1947 when Marshall and Sons took over John Fowler of Leeds. This Fowler Diesel 25 is thought to be the only one in existence. It was restored from the pile of parts you can see here on this trailer. And here it is, first time out at Carrington Vintage Working event this year. This Track Marshall 155 came complete with 3-point linkage. But it wasn't enough to stop Track Marshall going out of production in 1998. The club stands are always very popular here at Newark. The Peterborough Farm Machinery Preservation Society was one of the first clubs formed to preserve vintage farm machinery. Carrington Rally is always a main event for tractor enthusiasts, and on their stand at Newark they had this early GBW beet harvester. About 10 years ago I was lucky enough to capture this piece of video of none other than Mr. Garford himself driving his very own designed and built sugar beet harvester at a working demonstration. There must be a story to this tractor bonnet and this piece of rope. Leave a comment below if you know it. Good to see this very unusual wraparound JF combine.
There for you to see.
This tulip heading device is something very unusual and very nicely restored. never seen one of these before, a very unusual German-built farm-all tractor. Comment below if you can tell us anything about it. Another tractor new to me was this International B2275 Industrial. Complete with four-wheel drive and power steering. And would you believe it? There were two of them. The Bradford-built Internationals were very popular for reverse drive because it was very easy to flip the crown wheel to the other side of the pinion. Here we see a forklift conversion. We'll close off part one of our visit to Newark with a look at this International 634 four-wheel drive county conversion. If you like what you've seen, click the thumbs up button below and join us again next week for part two. Here's just a short taste of what we'll be showing you.